Okay, here we go again. And here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Please help. Who's helping me? Anyway, this is pointing. 11. Arsenal? Is Roy. Yeah. If anyone tell me what that reference is, I'll probably mention it later as well. But if anyone tell me what that reference is, high five. But this is pointing. This is where I'm going to be walking around the new district, the Castello district, I believe it's called. To the northeast side of Venice. I'm going to be walking around showing you off the level design. I'm going to be collecting feathers, doing viewpoints, and collecting treasures and codex pages that are loose in the world. I will also be going to see maybe Leonardo da Vinci to get them deciphered. I think I do that. And I'll also be reading off the database entries as well, if you want to listen to them. But if you're not a pointer, if you want to just watch the story and everything like that and side missions and stuff, I shall see you in the next episode, because you can just pretty much skip this. I'm just going to be doing the database entries and some post-commentary. So I'll see you later time if you're one of those people. But if you are a pointer, I will say welcome, grab your cups of tea, and put your MP3 players on, because we're about to do the audio books of the database entries. After I have a cup of tea, I will begin. Castello District. The largest district in Venice, Castello grew up around the arsenal. If you're looking for soldiers, this is the place to go, or if you're more interested in peace and reflection, there's the Church of San Zaccaria to the south. Scuola Grande di San Marco, from Rebecca, one of those strange glyphs Sean mentions on this landmark. You should go find it. The Scuola Grande di San Marco was one of the 6 charitable organisations founded in Venice to help citizens afford food, dowries, processions, marriages, burials, and anything else they might need. Notably, membership was only open to any citizen of Venice, not just the elite. Citizenship status was conferred on third-generation Venetians or those who had paid taxes for 15 years, meaning that Venetians were pretty xenophobic except when you gave them money. The facade of the building, which was built in 1260, was destroyed in a 1485 fire, causing it to be rebuilt in its current, opulent Byzantine form. Santi Giovanni e Paola, one of the largest churches in Venice. Santi Giovanni e Piola was built after Doge Jacopo T. Polo had a dream about white birds flying over the site. He donated the land on which the church was built in 1246 to the Dominicans. The current Italian Gothic church was completed in 1430. On a stranger note, the church claims to have contained the foot of Saint Catherine of Siena, born in Siena in 1347. As the last of 25 children, Catherine became an important ambassador for the Pope, whom she liked to call Daddy. Ironically, the most startling incident in her life happened after her death, when her followers in Siena attempted to seal her body from Rome. Unable to get the body out of the city, they lovingly cut off her head and put it in a sack. When the guards decided to search the sack, her followers prayed that Catherine, the churches, saw rose petals inside the sack instead of a head, and let the group go to Siena without taking the bloody sack away from them. And that's why she's a saint. Arsenale di Venezia. First built as a naval depot for private ships, the arsenal was rebuilt and enlarged in 1320. From that point on, it was used as Venice's state to construct and maintain its ships. Famously, at the peak of production, shipbuilders were able to produce an entire ship in a day. The impressive front gate, the Porta Magna, went up in 1460 in the classical Revivalist style. It looks like Silvio Barbarigo was not the first Templar to control the arsenal. According to my research, the 1320 renovation was paid for with Templar funds, and they seem to have had an established base there ever since. San Pietro di Castello, from Rebecca, one of those strange glyphs Sean mentions on this landmark. You should probably go find it, if you want. First built in the 7th century, San Pietro di Castello was the seat of the Bishop of Venice. Notice how far away from San Pietro di Castello is from the Palazzo Ducale. The district is not accidental. The Venetian Doges wanted to remain independent from the church. Although San Pietro di Castello itself is nothing remarkable, the tower is the first of its to be cloaked in Istrian stone from the quarries outside Venice, the same white stone that covers the Palazzo Ducale. San Zaccaria. First built in the 9th century, San Zaccaria is dedicated to the father of St. John the Baptist Zaccaria, who is supposedly buried there. Other locations in which San Saint Zechariah is supposedly buried. The Ganzar of monastery in Nagorno-Karabakh, Yad Avashilom, the great mosque of Alpipo, and the valley of Josephat. San Zechariah burned down in 1105, killing more than 100 nuns. The church was rebuilt around 1170 and then later redone with a mixture of Gothic and Renaissance styles. Ironically, in the Renaissance, it flourished as the nunnery of choice for the daughters of the noblest families in Venice, who obviously didn't know the building's history, because they died. Quartier General di Bartolomeo di Alviano. Bartolomeo di Alviano later went on to grander things later in life, serving as the general of the Venetian army. This period of Bartolomeo's biography seems to be undocumented in the history books, and from the looks of the stable he's using as his headquarters, I can see why. Teodora. Date of birth 1450, profession Madam of the Rosa della Virtù. Although Teodora abandoned her family name when she entered the church, Venetian tax records indicate that she grew up in the Constantino family. Her parents owned a jewellery store, and Teodora was apprenticed to the mother as a shop girl. A visitor to the shop in 1462 wrote, "Bought a pair of diamond earrings today for Margarita at the Contantendo's shop around the corner. A charming young girl helped box them. When she handed me the earrings, one finger touched. I had to leave the shop at once. Oh Lord, I wish I had never married." Court records indicate that the first time Teodora turned 17, she was doing far more than just touching. On the 26th of November 1467, she engaged in adultery with a married man, and his wife alerted the Venetian courts, as was common in these sorts of situations. Her parents reacted by sending her to a nunnery to live the rest of her life in prayer and silence. Teodora entered Santa Maria degli Angeli in 1467, determined to do penance for her crimes, but in 1473 she deserted the church, leaving a statement nailed to the front door. In it, she wrote that life in the cloisters was sterile and earthly, and the only partnership with another could only truly enter the arms of God. Teodora opened La Rosa della Virtù the same year. According to the poet Pietro Bembo, who was a frequent customer, her bordello was the church for a new sect of Catholicism. Sorry, I struggled to get that word out. Agostino Barbarigo. Date of birth 1420, profession Doge of Venice. Doge from 1486 until his death in 1501, Agostino Barbarigo helped create a coalition to expel Charles VIII of France from Italy, gaining territory on the Elysian mainland in the process. However, it seems that Venetian doges can't seize territory in one place without losing it in another. Venice entered into war with Turkey in 1499, leading to a disastrous sea battle of Zonocchio, which destroyed the Venetian navy. Taking advantage of this loss, the Turks seized Lepanto, Modone and Carone, all stops along the way to the Orient. Agostino died in a disappointment to Venice. Moreover, after his death he was charged and receiving bottles of wine as gifts from them, reselling them tax-free beneath the staircase of the prisons by the inquisitors of the Great Council. Now that's a leader. If you can't keep your territory, at least you can keep your prisoners happy. Time to do another Codex page. This is page 19, and it looks like it's going to be about a piece of Eden. Legend speaks of a golden fleece. Could the two be related? I have further reframed the metaglyric process, allowing for the production of a suit of armour, the likes of which the world has never seen. It is possessed of great strength, yet so light it will allow complete freedom. I alternate between wonder and fear. Here we have crafted something that will surely change the face of warfare, making those who wear it nigh invincible. Perhaps it was a mistake to create these pieces. I think it best to erase the formula. Were it to fall into the hands of our enemies, the risk is too great. There's a picture, and it's some sort of armour, which is the armour of Altair, which we now have, which is fantastic. In fact, you can see it now in the actual video, because now we've done all the thingies, database entries, so we're doing some post-commentary now. And he's talking about the Golden Fleece as well. Why does he mention the Golden Fleece? Legend speaks of a Golden Fleece. Could it be related? So the Golden Fleece may be somewhat to do with... Oh, I fell. This is so annoying now. I'll try and get back up and it's impossible. So the Golden Fleece, I'm pretty sure, is a piece of Eden. Like, it's the thing that wraps God? No, not God. Jesus. Was it? Something to do with that? The Golden Fleece? Something like that? I know it's in the Assassin's Creed Project Legacy, maybe, where it's the old Facebook game that was on. I'll have to try and read that up on the Assassin's Creed wiki. I'm sure that's on there. So we'll try to, in fact, that might be something to do with a future game. We'll read it off, so you know the story of those things, because I don't know the story, so it'd be nice to read them off and actually get some sort of benefit from it. But yeah, I'm sure that was Peter Vidden, that is. Like, it uses to heal. Like, I'm sure his baby was dying and he went to find it. He was an assassin, he went to find it. And I'm sure he wrapped his baby in it, because I did play the Facebook game ages ago, even though I don't have Facebook. Worked that out. So I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with that. But maybe he's got something. Maybe saying that the armour is the same sort of thing as the fleece, although we know it's not. Right, okay, so that's pointing now. So let's explain the title. So if you're a pointer and you don't know the hint, you've had about 10 minutes to comment about what you think the hint is. But the hint is the reference in the title of this one is Arsenal. We're in the Arsenal of the Castello district, but this is the Arsenal that we're in right now, actually. There is a character from Arrow, or the Green Arrow, depending on what you're looking at, called Arsenal, who is his sidekick. He's the guy in the red hood, not the green one. There's air quotes there. So I thought, obviously, that character, his real name is Roy Harper. So I thought, Arsenal, where's Roy? Because I thought I think I was actually watching Arrow at the time. Or was I? I actually need to watch Arrow tonight. Ooh, exciting. Which one am I on? I don't know what episode I'm on. But I know they've gone back to... Oh, what's the name of the island? Can I get it right? Oh, I can't remember the island. It's the island that means purgatory. But they're going back to the island tonight, so obviously Deathstroke's going to be in it. Oh, it's going to be cool. Can't wait. And obviously Thea now knows who the Arrow is. Sorry, I'm not sorry. No, I can talk about that in this. I love pointing sometimes. I'm going to talk about anything. Yeah, but I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see that tonight. I'm actually going to try and watch the Vikings again as well. Because I can't remember what happened. It's the only thing with these things coming out every year. I can't remember what happened. There's only a few things that I do remember, and I can't remember that. So I might try and rewatch the Vikings again before the new series, because I know it starts out tonight, actually, which is, when we're recording this, February the 19th, maybe. So I might rewatch them again to find out what's happening. But I'm hoping I can remember. I think I know roughly what happens, but I can't remember if Floki was... I think he... Spoilers. I think he betrayed... He pretended to betray... What's his name?
Another capering crusader.
Rorik? Ragnar. Always remember Ragnar the Red. There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red. And he wired to white one from old Warwick's stead. Something. I can't remember the rest. Yeah, I think he pretended to betray him, but I can't remember if he did pretend or if he actually did betray him. I think he pretended, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he did, because that's why they did the Red Eagle on What's-His-Face's back. I love Vikings. Vikings. I love the Vikings. Vikings and Dragons. Like my favourite... I don't know if it's my favourite film of all time, but my favourite film is How to Train Your Dragon. Like recently, me and Pepper Cookies have been watching the... what were they called? Defenders of Berk and Riders of Berk. Where we've been watching that, because we bought over it for Christmas. And a birthday, and we're watching them now. Then we can go on to How to Train Your Dragon 2. And I do like that. All I can tell is I want a Night Fury. They are amazing. And something else I'll talk about in a second as well, remember that. Yeah, so I like all that sort of stuff. And the thing whenever I watch How to Train Your Dragon stuff, like, I just see all of the possible gameplay elements. Like, I'm looking at it and it just looks like you could make a game out of it. Like, there is a game out where you fly around as the dragons. And from what I've seen, the flying is very good, but there's like nothing to it. Like, you race around the island of Berk, and that's it. Like, is that really it? By the way, I'm just changing discs so I can start playing a game while I'm doing this. But it just looks so... Everything I see in it, you can just make into a game. Like, what is it I saw? Like, there's something called Grunkle Iron, and they make swords out of it. It's like a very light armour, or a very light metal. I just think, if you make a game like that, you can do something like that, where you can discover Grunkle Iron, and you can make your weapons out of that stuff. There's also, I think in How to Train Your Dragon 2, is like a... Oh no, it's like sort of dragon breath sword. Like, you can have stuff like that. Like the flight suit he has in How to Train Your Dragon 2, you can add that into it. You can just do so much with it. Like all the different islands, like there's the Isle of Night, which is not real, but the Isle of Night with the Night Furies. Like, I don't know how they do it, so I don't know about Night Furies. I don't know if there's only one or what, but you can do something like that. There's loads of stuff you could do. I wish I was like a really good game developer. I've got loads of ideas for games I want to do. I never can. Like, I sometimes would like to start up like a game development company with friends, which I don't have. Just like do that'd be so cool. Like, I love development and stuff like that. I have no skills with it at all, but the one thing I do think I will be good at is mission development. Like trying to do that, I think I can do that quite well because that's planning, and I'm a meticulous planner, so that'd be quite good. But it would be so good. Like I have this idea of like a 2D side-scrolling game. It's like an RPG, like a massive RPG, because it's small graphics, so it'd be quite a big game you can do, where you get like party members and all these different swords and stuff, and there's like customization and stuff. Like you have like a ship maybe, a bit like some sort of old school sorts of RPGs, but still with that sort of modernity to it. What was that word that Sean uses in databases? Modernity or something like that to it. But I just love to do that. Like my inspiration for that was of Mice and Men, of Monsters. What's that band that I used to listen to all the time? Something and Men, Monsters and Men, of Monsters and Men or something like that. Where it's, I don't know if it's the Lionheart video. I don't think it's, no, it's not Lionheart video. Or it can be that one as well. The Lionheart video and the other one they do. God, I used to listen to them all the time. I can't remember. I can't remember it, but it's one of the other ones they did. That's the other famous one, and it's like a 2D side-scrolling thing, and they walk around. Like that would just be so amazing to have a game like that. Like, that was my inspiration for it, but I wish I could do it, and I can't. I never learnt, unless I do learn and try it, but I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could follow this dream and do it, but I don't know if I want to. Like, and this is what I want to do in life, really, personally. Like, I would love to be able to do this as a living, like, yeah, do these sort of videos like this, but I'll never be big. I know that much for sure. But I'd love to be able to do stuff like this where I just get paid for it. Like, you know, I'd love to do that, but I'm not that sort of thing where I would purposely do things just to get hits. Like, you can tell that. Like I've talked about, I know how to get hits. Like doing modern games, I know that's what I need to do to get hits, and I will be doing that. But that's because I want to, and I want to, you know, expand and stuff. But I will always choose stuff that I want to do over the stuff that I know I should do. If you know what I mean, because that's, you know, that's the way I am. But you know, I like all this stuff. Like, I'm happy with what I'm at the moment, but obviously I'd like to be bigger. But I'm happy with where I am at the moment. But as for what I'd like to do in the future, I'm not sure. I like photography, so maybe a photography company would be quite good. Or I think any sort of business where I own a business, I would like to do. I've always sort of been happy about that. Like, I like business thing and planning stuff and that sort of thing. Like, what is it? Like a cafe, I'd like to do. I like a cafe. Own a cafe. Yes, something like that. Like, that's the sort of thing I like. Like, I like business side of things. Which is probably, I think that's probably why I just like business side of things. Like, it's just planning. Like, the amount of planning I put into this YouTube thing, that's probably why I think doing this YouTube thing will be good. But it's just one of those things, you know. You know how it is. What would you like to be? Or do? But obviously, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm probably going to be doing this for a while, so you'll be able to follow me and find out what happens later in life. Maybe this is later in life. Maybe you're watching this thousands of years into the future. Although I will be dead then. Or maybe you're watching this, I don't know when you'll be watching this. When you could be watching this. 3 years from now, maybe. And you actually know what I'm doing. Maybe I've an accomplished murderer. I did not mean to say that. But maybe I am something like that. Maybe you know. Maybe you can leave a comment telling me what I am. Even though I probably know it's probably going to get annoying and vast, and I failed with my aiming today. Aiming is not on par. It's not on point. Which is a shame. But no, yeah, I think I'm going to go with something with business. Make my own or something like that. Like, I think that's what I'll be happy with. Like a cinema. I had a point at one point where I wanted to own a cinema as well. That'd be quite cool. Like a little small cinema where the tickets are really cheap. Where that's that obviously beats me. Because that's, I think, the cinema's problem these days. Like, the tickets are so expensive that people get put off by that. Like, I used to work in a cinema, and the amount of people that came in that were surprised by how much the tickets were was just insane. Like, you know, if you made the tickets cheaper, people would come and actually go. Like, people want to see these films in a big screen with like surround sound and stuff like that they don't have at home. People want to do that. Like, the people that don't. But if you make it cheap, people will come. And I'd love like a little small cinema to do that sort of thing. Can you tell my sort of theme here? I like to own a company or something like that, like business. It doesn't have to be big; just has to be self-sustaining. Make a bit of a profit. I don't want some sort of global domination. Like, I don't want to be the next Tesco. I would call it JD's. Oh wait, that's already taken. Damn you, JD Sports. You even use the same font as me. How dare you? Oh dear. But no, that's the sort of thing I'd like to do. I like the business. I like the planning of everything, and that's the sort of side I like. So maybe I can go to a partnership with someone, and I can do all the planning. They can do all the actual hard work. If I actually have a business partner and I'm watching that, ha! You fell for it, sucker. No idea. Of course, I think a friend of my mum opened up a cafe. I think they're doing all right. Obviously, a cafe is quite hard because the cafe's everywhere now. So you know, supply and demand and everything. Well, that's another problem with my videos as well. Like, sometimes I feel like I do too much. Like, I don't know if anybody actually really wants videos and stuff like that. Like, because I do so much and so lengthy ones as well. So it's like things like that. So maybe I'll try and do something like that in the future. Like, I would like to try and implement these things to make them more popular, so to speak. Like, I would like to do that, but it's not my main goal. Like, it's just these things that I would like to try and just see if I get more people in. Like, the main thing is just get more people in. Like, that's what I would like people to do, because then there'll be more people to talk to and stuff like that. It would mean more work for me as well. Like I mentioned Monday, I'll have to change if it gets too bad. But yeah, it's just these things that I like. I like to talk about all this sort of thing. But like I said, I am happy with what I got so far. Like, I know people. I know you people. I know people. Like Nick Pro, I know him. Horia, Crunchy Mad Joe, 40k Warrior Man. If I forget people's names, I'm sorry, but I'm just going off the top of my head and I'm trying to get a few out. But you know, I know you, most of you. Even some really strange ones that I don't know too much about, like a Flodal Lease I know, who I don't know if watches it anymore. He hasn't commented in a while. And that guy could shut up saying please help. I'm not going to help you. Not until next week. Sorry, big mug of tea. Had to consume some to keep my health up. Although I am ill, so it didn't really help, really. But what else? What else is going on? What was I saying? YouTube stuff. Yeah, usually go between them. This is a better pointing episode than last week, I feel. I have stuff to talk about. Whereas last week I didn't, did I? Pointers, hey? Everybody know? Right. I don't know what's going to happen next week, really, because I haven't recorded that yet. I'm on point with this. I'm actually doing this quite early, which is good. But what can we expect? We're going to find, because we know in the story, we know about Bartolomeo di Alviano or something like that. We're going to try and find him and Bianca. That's what I'm going to say. And then we obviously need to try and get into the arsenal to kill Dante Moro, unless we let him live. And the other one, which is something Silvio Barbarigo. And then I think after that, who's left after that? I think that's it, everybody after this, isn't it?
You win! You win!
I don't know who's in the North District. There must be some other guy that we haven't killed yet. So I don't know the North District at all. What is going on in the North District? I don't know at all. I know we've got 2 DLC things, which are 2 people that we have heard about. We've read about one of them in the database entries in one of the characters, one of the leaders of a certain district. And we're also going to go to a city we haven't actually seen yet. There's a city we haven't been to yet. Well, we have been to it, but we haven't done any really big missions in it. Which, if you can work that out, that's where the other DLC is set. So that will happen soon as well. But I don't know who the North District one is in Venice. I think maybe it's Rodrigo Borgia, and it's like there's a few missions with him there. Because obviously, I will say this, we don't kill him in any place we've been to just yet. I will say that. Although, technically I could go into more detail and say we don't kill him in Italy. But then you'll think, oh, we go to a different country. We don't go to a different country. Work that one out. This is where you all tell me that you've played the game and you don't understand what actually happens. Yeah, I'll forget about that. I like it when no one's ever seen this and sort of learns the story as I'm playing this. Like, I remember, I think it was a game in Horia. No, it was Horia, it wasn't Horia. Of course it wasn't Horia. I think it was 40k Warrior Man, I think. Or Nick Pro, no, it was Nick Pro, I think. That, I don't think he knew, I don't think you know. I'll talk to you personally. I don't think you knew what Assassin's Creed 1, the story was in that. So you sort of experienced it then. Which, obviously, that's not a big one, because it's not much of a story, but... Yeah, I find it exciting when people don't know what happened and they find out in this. It's like... Oh, it's exciting, you know? It's like almost as if I'm playing it for the first time again. But, yeah, I think everyone knows what happens in Assassin's Creed 2. I suppose I'd better do some unheard of games, so it's all a surprise. In fact, Beyond Good and Evil, does anybody know the story of Beyond Good and Evil? I'm guessing some of you might have known from my previous videos of it. Like 40k Warrior Man, I think you know it. But Nick Pro, I'm asking you two specifically, because I know you two definitely watch these pointing episodes, unless you just comment. In that way, you're sneaky. But I won't say comment now if you're watching this, because if you don't, then you might get... I might feel bad and upset. But if you are watching this, do you know... what was I saying? Beyond Good and Evil? Yes, Nick Pro, do you know Beyond Good and Evil? 40k Warrior Man, I think you know. I know you do. Sorry if anybody else is watching this and I don't unfortunately know your name. I'm just going by those of you that I know quite well. Obviously, this will be the benefit of more people commenting. If you comment often, I will know sort of your name. I'll recognise it. Like, I know most of the regulars, should I say. Like Horia likes Overlord and Elder Scrolls games. And I don't think he watches Assassin's Creed. I don't think you do. I'm saying to you like you're watching this. But I think you just watch Overlord. I don't know everybody else though, really. I don't know what everyone else watches. Like, I know there's Dragonlord 55511. I think you watch Assassin's Creed, perhaps? My Lord of Dragons? I'm not sure though. I'm guessing I'll find out. I know you don't comment all the time, so I know everyone just watches and does sometimes. Yeah, some people watch and don't always comment. So it's hard to tell exactly who watches stuff. Which is another reason why I don't know what happens, but yeah, obviously it's nice to know when they do comments. I know what they watch. I get to know their interests, their likes, dislikes. Like 40k Warrior Man, you seem to watch all your videos. This is really creepy. This is like I'm stalking you. You seem to watch videos towards the end of the week, like you sort of catch up on all the week's stuff. It seems to be usually Sunday or Monday. Because I know this for a fact, because I usually go to do the Mention Monday and I get the names, and you're not always in it, because I know for a fact you'll binge watch all the videos the day after I supposed to do the podcast. So you sometimes miss out, which is unfortunate. But I always see, I know. I always expect this. Nick Pro, you seem to watch quite on par with the day it's released, so that's off to you. I don't know about everyone else. Horio seems to watch Overlord ones when they come out straight away, so I know that pretty much. Dragonlord 555 seems to be commenting more. There's also a new person. Who's that new person? There's a new one as well. Someone. I don't know who it is, but they seem to comment. He commented a bit more now. I don't think it's Crunchy Mad Joe, although I think he's been here for a while. I just haven't seen him in a while. But there's one that went away, and he said, "Sorry, I haven't watched the videos. I've been away or something." My computer jumped off a cliff and desynchronized. That was it. I thought that comment was quite funny. Oh, what was your name? I forget your name. Sorry, sir. It's one of the new ones. It's like not Flowed or Least, but it's one of those new ones that started around the same time. See, I love this. I love this communication. I love getting to know you. Getting to know you. Getting to know what you're like. I'm going to be quiet now. Well, I'm not. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to be quiet about that. Ah, but there we go. That's my little rant / heart to heart coming out. Done. Ah, are we nearly done? These pointing episodes seem to go on forever. What is this? It's quite late here. People are in bed, but I don't think they can hear me because I can hear them snoring. Plus, I'm sort of more out onto the bit that's kind of like, it's midnight. I've got to do some exercise and watch The Arrow. My name is Oliver Queen. I'm not the Green Arrow yet, but he's on the way to becoming the Green Arrow. Oh, what was it called? Has this been watched? Yes, it's out now. The Secret Agent Green Ghost episode. What was it? There was Scarlet. No, the Scarlet. Crimson. No, that's red. Emerald. Oh, that's what I could have called it. Oh, sugar. I could have called that Secret Agent Green mission the Emerald Ghost, because that's green. Why did I not think of that before? I might actually put that in there. I might actually just take this and put it in. I'd like to record like a little audio clip at the end of this video and just take it over to that episode. No, stuff it. I'm having it. I'm having the Emerald Ghost. Yes. That's good. I'm going with that. I knew there was a word. I just couldn't think of it. Obviously, if you don't watch Overlord 2, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I think it's episode 16, where it's called Secret Agent Green Emerald Ghost. I think it's going to be called now. It's like my take on a James Bond film, where it's like got the Bond villain and everything. And Lord Panda. I look a bit like a panda with Altoir's armour on. Right, I'm actually a bit concerned. Does anyone know, in Assassin's Creed 2, there's some paintings that I'm missing. Does anyone know how I get them? Like, is there a district or somewhere I haven't been to get them? I'll have to Google that, actually, because there's a few I'm missing. Not sure where they are, fortunately. Oh god, we're still going. Ugh, hurry up. Lord. Taking forever. By the way, in case you're wondering, I did mention this in the last pointing episode, but if you don't know that, pointers. I'm currently playing Overlord 2 because I'm doing it at the same time as well. I'm doing some looting, getting some life force. So if you watch that series as well, you know what I'm doing. I currently have not as much green in life force as I thought. No, I do. I had 300 and something. I've got 600 and something now. So it's doubled. Nearly got 2,000 brown life force. So, you know, that happened. Oh, the moon's out. The moon is beautiful this evening. And I don't know what happens here. Like, I jump down, and he just loses me straight away. So I don't know what on earth happened there. But it happened. And I don't know why. How am I doing? I think I'm nearly done. I think I'm just getting this last few things. I'm getting feather. And I've got codex page and stuff. I think I'll go to Leonardo as well, so expect some Leonardo. Obviously it won't top last week where it was Altair meeting Leonardo da Vinci. That was amazing. That was like the best thing ever. Like, that was like fan service, you know, like, you know. So happy about that. Sorry, Rolo. Didn't mean to cover you in smoke. I always seem to go for Rolo or Smarty. Like, I never mention Minstrel or Eminem. I always forget. Then again, it never used to be Rolo. Like, I used to forget about Rolo. It used to be Eminem all the time. These people just change all the time. They change who I see and remember. Oh, I killed him. I'm talking about a gnome that I just slaughtered with my fire weapon in Overlord 2. Well, I did just kill 2 people. And a brute. Come on, Brutus Maximus. I'll take you out. Let's get this codex page, and I think I'm nearly done, am I not? Might be the last one, or I might be mistaken. I think I'm checking. I am. I think I'm getting ready to go back to Leonardo. Yeah, I'm going to DNA sequences. Just to check. There we go. Speeding all the way to the other end. Treasures. Not many left now. Only 24, I think, in the whole game. I'm a bit concerned that that assassination thing doesn't seem... Oh, we've done it yet. So there's only 9 more in the game. And here's Leonardo, so I shall be quiet.
Leonardo!
Ezio, so good to see you. How can I help you?
Ha! You found another one! How exciting!
Yes, we just switch these 2 lines and then shuffle them left. Done.
Sorted. Now back to the Villa Auditore. Here we are. To collect some money, perhaps, and to perhaps also collect some stuffs. Which would be... No, that's it. Collect that and then put money on the wall. Now, I don't say goodbye. I don't sit with sitters now, so I shall say thank you for watching Pointers. It has been an honour as always. I shall see you next week for some more pointing, probably the last one. But I think that's about it. As the codex page goes on the wall, I will say goodbye. I'll finish my cup of tea. And until we meet again, goodbye, fellow pointers.